the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the...
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexicans, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay.
Much appreciated, Coach. Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in Northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Come on, set, 50, plant.
Pick me up.
Roll out.
On three. Shift. Watch the end.
Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Watch twist. Check 24. Check your hot read. Kill.
Leo. Shoot.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They run with Taylor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing line. Backers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Throwing is Jackson. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls because that would have been, what, Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle when the snap went over the head of the QB, and guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
Let's go. 8 read. Here we go. Look at me. Go on. Go on.
Check 37.
Now.
Fournette, a first down carry. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check 43.
Check 26. Check 26.
Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3. Kill. Check.
Hard. Let's go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Minshew. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Check safety.
Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Let's go.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson now, throwing again. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1.
On the set.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stop your whining. Switch. Chance.
Look at me. Zipper.
Check 13. Check 13.
Check hot route. Hot.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Minshew sets to throw. Flush to his right. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Ready? And two start.
Again, Minshew looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You go tight. You got tight.
Go on.
Check 99. Check 92.
Shoot.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Sua Cravens gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Let's put that team on the bus. Hatchet. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Let's see what you got. Mike 56. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. SOS.
Go.
SOS. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check. Kill. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run with Taylor. And they finally get him down as he takes it up to the 44. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 41 yards.
And the Ravens first down.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. On second down, Ingram. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Okay, ready. 56 is the mic. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Man, I got you.
They snap it at one. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jake Ryan picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On second and a couple, Minshew nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
56 to Mike.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Let's go, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get enough.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On second down now, it's Taylor. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On third down, Jackson steps away to his left. He And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain there of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
44, Mike, 44. Not today, Ron. Not today. 44 today.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. Check 15. Check 15. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Whip, whip. Whip, whip. Watch the whip. Check, check, check. Check, check. Hey.
Here's Taylor. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags 6-yard line. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Twist.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
They'll run here with Ingram. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Taylor. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
51 the mic, boys, 51.
Get it.
From the 31, Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Jam, 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 jam. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Off play action, it's Minshew. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 81 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
This is Ingram. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 35-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. The give to Taylor. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 6.
Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
On second and 11 now. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Check out, read. Kill.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ready. Time to end it. 44, come on. Check back. Mike's going forward. Hey, QB's trash. Let's go.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
I got you. I got you.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Wide, get wide. 49, check 49, check 49.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking long for Westbrook. And it's knocked away and incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Well, they took a shot there and tried to get it downfield. Fourth quarter tie game.
Tried to get it in one chunk, didn't they? Wanted to get into field goal range, as you noted. But good reactions back deep, forcing the incompletion.
Go!
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
I got wide. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine.
Now.
Out of the gun is Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
55.
No, check that.
Hey, Echo.
Two right here. I'm coming for you, son. Pick the edge. Come. Check 37.
Let's go.
On 4th down, Minshew. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
It's a party now. Joker.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They come out here in the eye. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there, making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute it.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. On 1st down, Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Watch QB's out. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Run it.
They'll try the left side. It's Taylor, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They turn to Taylor on 4th. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.